Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're here to talk about episode 10 of Mission Yozakura Family. The MVP of this episode was, without question, Goliath, and it was really cool to get to see a bit more about the Yozakura's dog, its history, and the way that it actually works and functions, because this is not your average dog. First up, sense of smell? Amazing. Forget bloodhound scent. Think more so like the dog basically has Google GPS, and when it sniffs something, it's just like bing, 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 and it leaves a trail. That was really cool. Second up, it can actually work as a form of transportation or a vehicle, but only for people that it determines are worthy of actually riding on its back. In the beginning of all of this, we see that Matsumi is able to ride on Goliath's back. No problem, no sweat, but Taiyo instead gets walked by Goliath rather than Goliath getting walked by Taiyo and Matsumi when they go on Goliath's walk. And when I say walk, I don't necessarily just mean that the dog is pulling a little bit. I mean that Taiyo is pretty much holding onto a leash and flying through the air. By the end of the sequence, he has fish and stuff in him because they go through the water. It was absolutely crazy and hilarious and perfectly fit the theme of this show. But, of course, Mission Yozakura Family is about more than comedy. It's also about heart, and it's about the connection between these characters. And in a situation where there is a dangerous gas that goes through that could potentially hurt some children, Matsumi tries to protect the children, Goliath tries to protect Matsumi, and Taiyo actually protects Goliath. And this creates a new bond between Taiyo and Goliath, where on the way back, it's Matsumi and Taiyo who are both riding on Goliath's back. And holy crap, dude, given the rest of this episode, Taiyo really needed someone in his corner, because it really seemed like everybody was trying to screw him over in one way or another, and it was absolute madness. We had the return of Ayaka, the crazy pink-haired assassin chick who decided she was going to stalker kill Taiyo in a previous episode. Only this time she's actually going to be living at the Yozakura mansion, and she has it in her mind, because of something that's going on, that Taiyo is potentially cheating on Matsumi. And this wasn't helped by her own Aunt Debbie-esque from the second Addams Family movie performance, where she ends up trying to fire stuff at him when he's in the bathtub and winds up getting electrocuted, and then because Taiyo comes out of the bath to try and help and save her, they end up tripping and it looks like a naked Taiyo is pinning her down. Only to be found out by Kyoichiro, which, I mean, come on, that's got to be the worst possibility in the history of ever. Because of course it is, and of course Kyoichiro is having an absolute bird. By the end of the situation, what we end up finding out, of course, is that Taiyo actually noticed that when Matsumi was making tea for people, that Kyoichiro's favorite blend was actually out of stock in the home, and she needed to order more of it and stuff, but Taiyo was like, I'll take care of it, not telling her, but deciding this on his own. Only Kyoichiro's favorite tea is not your grandma's Earl Grey tea. It's instead some kind of crazy blend called Sweet Dark that actually contains plant substances that can be used to make narcotics. So it's traded on the black market, and Taiyo needs to go underground to get it. He actually tries to get it in secret and hide it from everybody, not because of its illegality. Of course, Kyoichiro could go and get it if he wanted it anyway, but rather because Taiyo wanted to get it as a thank you to surprise Kyoichiro because of all the times Kyoichiro has saved his life. Which I'm sitting there scratching my head other than episode 2, when was this precisely? Because every time we see Kyoichiro, he's trying to kill or torture Taiyo in one way or another. And of course, with all the trouble that Kyoichiro has caused Taiyo, considering the fact that he was about to put a drill through Taiyo's head when two people show up and give them the tea and explain what was going to happen, he does not want to apologize. And the episode wraps, of course, with Goliath sitting on Kyoichiro and trying to make him apologize, which was really funny. It was really interesting to see the fact that although everyone around her was going crazy and being suspicious and everything else, that Matsumi still had her shit together and was cool as a cucumber and was not concerned. Because of course she wasn't, because Matsumi, despite not having powers, is actually really smart and is actually really practical, so that made perfect sense. The other thing I thought was really fun that I wanted to mention was the whole section at the start of the episode where we have Sui, we have the chief, Rin from the government spies, and everybody's having a hot pot which turns into food wars when Kyoichiro is mad that Taiyo tries to make a plate of food for Matsumi and ends up freaking out. And then ends up with Matsumi giving Taiyo a kiss on the cheek as all of the craziness is going on, and that gives Kyoichiro a nosebleed. Overall, this was just a really great episode. I know I'm pinging around from thing to thing, but this was just a really solid, really fun episode with what, in my opinion, was a central theme of respect and the importance of understanding what people are doing and why they are doing it rather than leaping to conclusions, especially about people that you should trust and actually are supposed to have some kind of faith in. But anyway, I'd love to know what you guys thought of this episode, so feel free to drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye!